How's it going, everyone? Sniper here, your coach for the Social Torpedoes, and you may be wondering, I've been uploading all my other matches, but I haven't uploaded my Week 12 That One League match. You might be wondering why, and what happened is I had to forfeit the game against Harmon and the Baltimore Honchkrows. I had to forfeit because I was going on holiday and I literally didn't have the time to have the battle, which really sucks. But I think we're gonna have like a grudge match type of thing at some point, just to make up for it. It won't matter or anything. But that does mean that our That One League season has come to a close, and I just kind of wanted to take this opportunity to reflect on everything that's happened. I'm just going to talk about the matches briefly, and then about how I think our Pokemon performed. We started off. This was our first ever league, and I didn't have a lot of time to come up with the team to draft, so I kind of sat down and I spent a couple hours doing that. Not as long as I would have wanted to, especially for my first league. But yeah, so I sat down and I did the and I drafted the team that I thought would be okay, and we went into week 1, went up against Manaphy City, and I got destroyed 6-0 because of Carmine Reuni, because I was stupid and decided to swap out Ditto for Shaman last second, which was really stupid because I had no responses to Carmine Reuni, especially since I was running Charcoal Entei and not Choice Banded Entei, so if you had physical Altaria I could go for the Sacred Fire, hope that I burned it and then just click Iron Head and take it out, but that didn't end up working out. So I should have just stuck with Ditto, but you know, that was no problem. Our next game was against Vandalex, Eric, and the coach of the Washington Wizmers. We lost that match 0-5, and I think I played okay. I mean, there were a couple of things I could have done a bit better, and the problem is, with his team, I had a horrible matchup against his team. So I couldn't really do a whole lot there, as well as him having a lot more experience than I did. So not a whole lot to say about the match. Then we went into week 3 versus the Gulf Coast Gators and Michael, and we lost the match 0-2. That was a much more even game. He definitely out-prepped me in having Destiny Bond Gallade for my Entei, which pretty much could clean up everything apart from the Rotom. And then I was trying to, for the next couple of weeks, I was trying to get Carmine Sweeps with Slowbro, but I'd always just either get Toxic or just get taken out, which really sucked. But that game against Michael, I actually learned quite a bit, and that actually I can do pretty well. I just gotta that I had a good chance to win that if he it was that Destiny Bond Gallade that really caught me off guard. Our next match was against Weir and the Dutch Duosian, and we won that game, our first ever win, 2-0. It was a bit scruffy, but I was definitely pleased with myself. Again, tried to calm my sweep with Slowbro, just got Toxic and it didn't work. With Shaman we got we got 2 kills with Entei, which was really nice. And then with Shaman we got we managed to clean up, because I had Okaberry on there, so even if he went for Overheat or Flare Blitz, I could have lived that. And then Psychic pretty much just cleaned up from there. So yeah, that was a good match. Our next game was a rematch against Vandalex, Eric, and the Washington Wizmers. We got 0-6 that game. I just had a horrible matchup again. I think it was the score didn't reflect on how close the game actually was. It was a really close game. All his Pokemon were damaged and below 50% ish, but I couldn't really do anything. He just had a phenomenal matchup against me. Then into week 6 we played Lee and the New York Ghastlies, and we were doing pretty well. And then I misplayed by switching out Garchomp into Fortress instead of just going for the Earthquake on the Scolipede. And he got up a Sword Stance against me and just cleaned me up because I had no responses. I didn't have Ditto with me once again, which I kind of forgot the Scolipede was there, to be honest. So I didn't send out Ditto, or I didn't bring Ditto, which really sucks. So not a whole lot to say about that game. We just got bodied. Then week 7 against the Sacramento Nido Kings, one of my favourite matches. We barely lost out 1-0. It was even. I decided not to bring Fortress that game, which was funny because he got up 2 layers of Toxic Spice, 3 layers of Spice, and Stealth Rocks against me, so that didn't end up working out. And then I could have possibly won if I'd gone for the sub with Garchomp, and then if the Heatran went for a Lava Plume and it didn't break the sub, I wasn't actually sure if it did. Then I could have just clicked Earthquake twice, and then I could have clicked Earthquake against Heatran, taken it out. Clicked against a Porygon, it would have lived, but had to use Ice Beam to break the sub. And I just go for Earthquake again and take it out. But yeah, that was a really good game. Week 8 was against Harmon and the Baltimore Honchkrows. I don't really remember that game too well, but I do know that it was a little bit one-sided, and there wasn't really a whole lot I could do about that game again. We didn't have the best of matchups. We still played pretty well. Week 9 was against Matt and the Boston Bishops, and I was doing okay. I mean, I got 2 kills with NT once again, and I was doing alright, and then I had Ditto for the Mega Absol. It's just he managed to outmaneuver me with that against my Ditto, and then he just swept Ditto like +4 or something stupid. So yeah, that was the game that screwed over my playoff chances. I couldn't get to playoffs then. Week 10 was against Michael and the Gulf Coast Gators again. Sorry, I can't remember his name for a second. And we won that game 2-0, thanks to Cobra Berry, Hidden Power Rock, Shaman, because I did manage to bait him in just to click Brave Bird over Flare Blitz, because you do with the Talonflame. Like, Brave Bird is like the first thing you click, especially against my team. I could have easily switched in with the Slowbro on a Flare Blitz, Yente on a Flare Blitz, the Garchomp on a Flare Blitz if I wanted to, the Diancie. I don't even know if I had Diancie. I don't think I did. But I could have just switched in to something else, whereas with Brave Bird I have fewer switch-ins. So I took it out, and then Scuff and Tay putting in a lot of work as well. Then our next game was against Brandon and the Oakland Aerodactyls, and we managed to win that game 3-0. Yeah, that was a really fun game. Like, Ditto put in a lot of work. Scuff and Tay once again put in a lot of work. I did well to preserve that. And then I think I just played really well that game. And then obviously this last game I had to forfeit due to not being able to play it, which really sucks, but I had to. Now I'm just going to spend, before that, that means we did finish 3-9 with, I believe, a -30 differential. Something like that. Hold on, let me just count quickly. Actually, no, I can just check. I don't really want to, in case there's things on there, because I don't want to spoil anything for the other coaches. Because some of them upload, and it wouldn't be fair if you guys saw that, and then that just spoils all their matches. Because as I play, the championship game's going to happen soon, so I just count in my head: 11, 13, 19, 23, 24, 28, 32, 35, and then 31. I think we finished -28 then, which it's a bit crappy, but for my first season with a team it was alright, but there was some bits that could have been fixed, which I'm going to talk about now. But for my first season, I'm overall pretty happy with that. It was just kind of to learn a lot. We have we got our Mega Diancie. Well, actually, I'll do it in order what we drove with. Garchomp, I enjoyed using Garchomp. Something I'm actually pretty familiar with. It finished 7 kills and 9 deaths, which I think is alright. Because we did bring it to every game, I think. No, there was one game we didn't bring it to. But I think it fared really well. It was good as a defensive and an offensive Pokemon. More offensive, but it made it good. We didn't really get a chance to like D-Dance sweep. We didn't really get a chance to sweep, to be honest. But yeah, overall Garchomp was a pretty good one. Then we picked up Mega Diancie, and to be honest, that was probably the worst thing I've done all season. Drafting Mega Diancie. Like, sorry Vanellope, and like, it really sucks because I really wanted to try it out, but the problem was I had no experience with it and didn't have any time to practice. Like, it went 0-5. I only brought it to 5 games and it did pretty much nothing. I think the best thing it did was set up Stealth Rocks. It just died to everything, like, because they'd have Steel types and they could just do that. One match, Vandalex put Hidden Power Steel on his Noivern, that just destroyed us. And we were talking about mons that we thought were the most disappointing that we got, and I straight up just said, yeah, Mega Diancie, because I don't know, like, it really sucks. I will revisit it at some point, like, some point in the distant future. I will use Mega Diancie again. Also, I've learned how to use it a bit better. But for now, I'm just gonna, let it slide because I'm gonna need some practice with it. Then we picked up Slowbro. Slowbro was one of my favourite mons in this team. I just loved bringing it because I could bring it and just keep getting the regenerator back up. It could wall lots of things. It was really, really fun to use. And then instead of just bringing it physically defensive, I started bringing it a bit of mix, especially after picking up Fortress, which was a better Rocky Helmet user. Better. It was a good physical wall. Well, yeah, it's a Rocky Helmet user, but Slowbro was one of the best things that I used this season. I could put Toxic on things. I could get Scald Burns. I could do a lot of things with it. Then we picked up Entei, and Entei was my absolute favourite mon on this team. It took me a couple weeks to adjust to it, but after like 3-4 games, I really got the hang of it. Just being able to click Sacred Fire, being able to click Flare Blitz against a Chansey and take out Chansey. It was a crit, but we still took it out. And then we had we could do a lot of other things with it. We could E-speed for priority. Running Scarf, like when I learned, I could run Scarf, that was one of the best things I did. Entei was something I really loved using. Our Blazemyth. Then I picked up Thundurus, and Thundurus, again, one of those mons that I really liked. I didn't get to use it very well. I mean, going 4 and 9 for Thundurus is pretty crap, but yeah, I really did enjoy using Thundurus. And like it did quite a few things quite well. Then we then we got Shaman, and Shaman was definitely my 6th Pokey for this team. It was insanely good. Like it didn't really do a whole lot. I mean, going 4 and 4, but I thought it was pretty good because it ruled out quite a few things. It gave the Tangrowth a couple troubles, quite a bit of trouble in week 5. It took out a Talonflame, it took out an Infernape and a Rotom Cut, and what's the other thing it took out? It took out, I ran Specs one week, which was insane. Like, I loved using Shaman. I'm going to have to go over things briefly because I don't have a lot of time. Then we got, who did we get next? I believe that we got Deblade, who, I was really sad I didn't get to use the Blade, but then we swapped out for Fortress. Fortress was really nice to the team because it gave me Rapid Spin. However, it didn't fit on too well due to it just being 4 times weak to fire, and I didn't really know how to use it. It doesn't have as much offensive pressure. Never got the chance to use Sand Slash. Him only came to 1 game, didn't really do a whole lot. Miltank was a nice cleric, came to 2 games, but it was a really nice cleric to have, being able to heal things off and set up rocks. Ditto, probably one of my favourite members, stopped things from setting up in front of my face. And finally, Regirock, again, didn't really do a whole lot, but Thank you for watching, and sorry I had to end quickly, but I'll see you in the next one.